Hey everyone, week 12 is coming up. I can't believe it. I guess that means there's about, 5 weeks until the race. So hopefully you got in the big key brick workout uh, this last weekend. And if it went as planned, you should be very sore and tired, which is why this week is an active recovery week. Now, if you had done that brick workout last weekend, you probably don't need the active recovery week this week, but we're just going to assume that you're rolling with the plan. Again, if you have any questions, post them in the comments and I'll answer them. But Monday through Friday, your primary concern is to get your body to recover from such a big key brick workout, right? So increase swimming as much as you want. Biking, we want to have the cadence be high and we want to have the muscular tension, the resistance be low. That's going to help promote blood flow, so help you recover. And then running, ideally, if you want to run, I would love to see you take all of your runs into the pool, deep water running, aka aqua jogging. You can either put on a flotation belt or just run without one. That will use all the same running muscles, but you won't have the pounding that you have from being outside on the pavement. We really need to get your body to recover so that the next 2-3 weeks you can really get in some solid training, right? So Monday through Friday is really active recovery. On the weekend, ideally you can get in a really long bike ride. And then recently some people have asked me, well, what's the point of riding 60, 70, even 80 miles if you can, when the half Ironman is only 56 miles? Well, I'll just put it in terms of, say, running. If right now your running is probably, quite easily 11, 12, 14 miles, right? Your long run. And if it's at that place, then think about how difficult or how easy it is for you to run, say, 8 miles. It's probably pretty easy, right? 7 to 8 miles, you're like, oh, it doesn't even affect me. I'm not really that tired. I can knock that out any day of the week. Well, it's the same thing with biking in that if your longest ride is, say, 55 miles and then you're doing a half Ironman, you can cover that distance, but it's a bit of a challenge to cover that distance because that's your longest ride. If your longest ride is 65, 70, 80 miles, then it's the same thing as the running analogy. By the time you get to 56 miles, your body still feels like, oh, I can do another, 14, 24 miles before I really get tired. So doing that 56 miles in the race is going to be a lot easier if you can get your long bike ride up. Now, you have to be careful. You can't just jump from 50 miles to 80 miles. You can, but your risk of injury goes up. So you want to be smart about how much you increase this long ride. But ideally, get out there and ride for 4 hours if you have more time and you have the energy and the desire. And you can do a 5-hour ride, then fantastic. Go for it, right? Get as much as you can out of this ride because it'll make the race easier. The following week, week 13, the big key workout on the weekend is a long run. So let's say it's going to be like a 2-hour run. You could maybe go a little longer, but 2 hours, we can throw some intensity in there. Let's say something's coming up for you this weekend of week 12. Maybe you're going out of town, you're visiting some friends or family. Usually when you're traveling, it's much easier to do a run because when you're traveling, you're probably not taking your bike with you on most situations. You might be. So these would be weekends that you could flip-flop quite easily, right? So if the weekend of week 12 just is more convenient for you to do a long run, take the week 13 workout and move it up, and then take the bike ride and move it down to week 13. So that's a really easy way for you to adapt this, the training schedule to your life schedule, okay? So a pretty simple week coming up. Get your recovery in, because then following that, another week where we get into Monday through Friday, some hard stuff, the long run, week 13. And then week 14 has the last key brick workout, which ideally is a 60-mile bike ride, 12-mile run, or at least 50-mile bike ride, 10-mile run. So if you do that big key brick workout, you're going to do very well in the race, okay? It's getting a lot closer. Hopefully everything's going well for you. Thanks.